from the 1011 streaming studio, this is Star City Buzz.
Hi everyone, Bill Rentschler alongside Danielle, Shenk in the 1011 Now streaming studio for another edition of Star City Buzz. Again, just letting everyone know what's going on. Huskers are back at home this weekend, Danielle. I think it's been like a month. It's been a long time since we've had a home football game.
Yeah, it's definitely been a hot minute, and, you know, maybe we could go bowling after this. We'll see.
One more
Hopeful.
to get bowl eligible. I know Kevin Suits would like to clear his calendar in late December to try and travel to a bowl game, and hopefully we can get it done this weekend. But again, plenty of other things happening. Again, it should be a fairly nice fall weekend for us, and so again, a lot of opportunities to get outside. So again, we're going to run through them all. It's not the whole complete list.
No.
We have a full complete list on 1011now.com. Danielle, you spent a lot of time putting that together. Very well done.
Yes, and there's hyperlinks, so, you know, if we don't talk about a certain event or, you know, don't have as many details throughout this show, then you can always find it in that article and, you know, read up more about it through those hyperlinks.
There you go. So again, kind of starting off with our big event, though. Again, we just mentioned it, but again, Huskers back in town hosting UCLA. It's going to be a 2:30 kickoff on Saturday. Again, if you can't get down to the stadium, it is going to be on Big Ten Network. So again, Saturday afternoon, going to be busy downtown around the stadium, just like it always is on game day.
Yeah, and Nebraska 5-3, UCLA 2-5. So, you know, we're crossing our fingers. We put up a good fight against Ohio State, so we're hopeful that that can kind of transition into this game as well.
And we are, I believe, 7.5-point favorites is the last that I saw. So again, that might be, you know, a little bit fluid as we get closer to the game. But again, touchdown favorites. So again, hopefully we can get that 6th win, get bowl eligibility, and then we can just put the whole will they or won't they to bed for the rest of the season. Everything after that is just gravy.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I know that this is a big weekend for football, but volleyball as well. I know we don't really have much about that, but it's an away game. Huskers taking on Wisconsin Badgers Friday, November 1st. You know, it's always a great matchup between those two. I know I'm going to be glued to my TV watching that. Number 2 versus, I think, number 8. I think Wisconsin's still number 8. So
we'll just safely say top 10 matchup.
Top 10 matchup. There you go.
So again, obviously, that's going to be the big thing this weekend, but plenty of things going on. Jumping into some of the sort of the multi-day events that you can kind of, you know, you can either get it, you know, Friday night or Saturday night or maybe on Sunday. But again, Apparition Lincoln, we've mentioned this multiple times over the past few weeks, but it will be ending this weekend. Saturday will be the last day. Again, it runs from 6 in the evening till midnight. Again, a spook easy there in downtown Lincoln.
Yes, and then Puzzling Adventures, Scavenger Hunt. This is one we've mentioned as well. This one seems to be going on from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day for the foreseeable future that I've found on websites that's been available to me. And so if that changes, we will try to let you know.
Yeah, let you know. Over at Sandhills Global Event Center, I don't know if this is all acronym or what, but it's the Duba NFRP Barrel Race. This is going to be all weekend long. Friday it starts at 5. Saturday a little bit earlier, 8 a.m. Start on Saturday, and then on Sunday at 9 a.m. over at Sandhills Global Event Center. Some barrel racing. I've heard the barrel racers are crazy folks.
And Sandhills Global always has some sort of
Western theme.
Yeah, thing going on over there. But then at the Howell Theater, UNL Opera is presenting the Dialogues of Carmelites. It's going to be a French drama.
Interesting. So it's 7:30 Friday, and then on Sunday
at
2 p.m. So again, that should be a good show. I'm going to make you say it. What's the name?
We looked it up earlier, and I knew that I was going to butcher it, but I think Francis Poulenc.
That sounds good. See,
maybe if I just use more of a French, Francis Poulenc.
If you just say it fast.
See, that sounds great.
Say it fast and say it with confidence, then no one will ever know. That's when I come across a town on my weather map, and I'm not 100% sure. You just say it really fast, and you don't even look back, and people won't even they won't even second guess you. So jumping in, those are the things that are kind of going on throughout the entire weekend. Specifically, though, as we head into the day on Friday, there's a lot going on. We got a lot of pages of stuff going on, and again, we always like to start with Fridays at Prairie Pines. Again, at the Prairie Pines Nature Reserve, that's going to be most of the day on Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Over at noon, Bee and the Boppers is going to be over at St. Paul United Methodist Church. Looks like just the name sounds fun.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Jazzy tunes from the 1920s to today is what they said. So
the Boppers.
Nice little performance there.
And then at 5, I'm going to make you say this one because I don't know how to say the place's name.
Clements
Noise.
I messed
Noise
it up
Art
too.
Gallery?
Noise Art Gallery.
But they have their first Friday over at the Art Gallery. That's 5 to 8:30. So again, check out some art, and then also more art. Danielle, first Friday
Can't get
art
enough art.
walks. I know this is going to be all over downtown Lincoln. Apparently, is what's going on with this.
Yeah. The first Friday art walks are always held on the first Friday of every month at galleries and businesses in downtown Lincoln. So there's usually about over 20 different locations that are doing something. So
there you go. A chance to get into just some local businesses down in the downtown area, walk around a little bit, spend a little bit of money, see a little bit of art. There you go. I would avoid this next one, but that's just me. That's just me.
Woods Park Running Festival is happening at the Woods Park neighborhood, and so that'll be a Wild Things 5K run for kids, a competitive 5K and a community 5K, just an opportunity to get people together a little bit and do some running, do some exercise on a fine Friday.
Yeah. 6 p.m. they have the tailgate party. This is going to be at Urban Hound Dog Park and Bar. This is just, come have some fun with some other pups in preparation for the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
But you do have to they do have some vaccination requirements and things like that. If you do
for the
wanna
pups, but not specifically for you.
Correct. Correct.
For the pups, you got to have them vaccinated, spayed and neutered, but the people that didn't have anything about that.
No. A couple years ago, maybe not anymore though. And we'll be talking more about Urban Hound Dog Park and Bar here in just a little bit as well.
Yes, and then over at the Bourbon Theater, the Travelin' McQuarries are performing. Doors open at 6 and shows at 7. And then Twilight Treks, one that we've talked about quite a few times, is happening at Pioneer Park Nature Center. That's from 6:30 to 8.
That would be a good one to take in because then daylight saving time
Yeah, there you go.
kicks in this weekend, so we're going to lose an hour, and it's going to be even darker, even earlier. So get out and enjoy it while you can. Also happening Friday evening, this is over at Capitol View Winery and Vineyards. Katie Largent is performing over there from 6:30 to 8:30, so again, should be a good show. Over at 10,000 Villages from 7 to 8, they have a nativity showcase. I'm assuming this is the Christmas event that you were referencing to me earlier, that you were, a little upset that it's already having Christmas
I told Bill, I said, we're not even one step into the month of November, and we already have a Christmas-themed event making its way onto Star City Buzz.
So there you go. 10,000 Villages Nativity Showcase. Get ready. Make sure you place the three wise men a little bit far away from the manger there. And then also 7 to 9 on Friday evening. First Friday, fiber artist Hannah Ashburn and music with Little Thunder at Crescent Moon Coffee. So lots of things happening. That's not even the end of it because you also have
we have another page.
Lincoln Stars taking on the who?
Dubuque.
There we go. The Dubuque Fighting Saints at the Icebox Arena. Puck drops at 7:05. Yun Chan Lim is going to be performing the piano at the Lead Center. Danielle, you have some information on this person.
So Yun Chan was just 18 years old, and he recently became the youngest pianist ever to win the Van Cliburn International Piano Competition. So he knows how to play the piano and move his fingers probably at lightning speed.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's going to be quite the sight to see and to hear.
Yes, absolutely. That would be a fun time. I have no idea what's going on with this last one, Danielle, so you have to fill
also
everyone
take this one away.
Yes.
This one I thought was really cool when I saw it. So Boombox Reboot Halloween is going to be happening at a secret location. So you had to purchase tickets in advance to know the location of the event, but they're bringing back the legendary Boombox Social for one night of music, costumes, and things like that. So there'll be a costume contest at this secret location, just music, lights, delights.
How do we find the secret location, or how do we find out where the secret location
Well,
is?
if you bought a ticket, then you would they're gonna let you know. So just our common folk who don't have tickets or anything like that, we will never know.
You'll never know, and you'll never get to do the Boombox Reboot Halloween. But what you could do on Saturday morning, as we transition to Saturday, is you can help put the beds to bed.
I mean, look at how luscious and beautiful. Obviously, that's not pretty much how it looks like anymore right now, but when it's flourishing in its greatness.
But one of the reasons it looks like that during the year
is because of the hard work.
It's a year-round effort that you have to put in to keeping something like that beautiful, and we certainly appreciate everyone who does do that, because every time you just drive by Sunken Gardens, you're just like, ah, looks nice over there.
Yeah.
I should
And
go
so
take a walk through there.
Yeah, they have some items of what to bring or wear. So that includes like some dumping buckets if you have some for compost, things like that. You should dress in some work clothes, obviously. No flip-flops,
Nope.
none of that.
Nope.
Bring some gloves, shovel, spade, and maybe a coat or something if it's a little bit chilly to start out Saturday.
Yeah, because this will be 8:30 start time till 11, so 2.5 hours. Or so. Good work there, and again, will go a long way to again keeping the Sunken Gardens beautiful and getting it all ready for the winter and putting the beds to bed.
Yeah, and then when it comes springtime, it'll be Wake Up the Beds.
Wake up the beds. Yep, wake up the beds. We had video of Wake Up the Beds, but I couldn't show video of waking up the beds when we're putting the beds to bed. So
yeah,
so I just got video of
how beautiful it looks.
Of how beautiful it is
when it's thriving.
That is right. So jumping into other events happening on Saturday, and obviously we've already talked about the football game that's happening at 2:30. A lot of things happening, though, ahead of the game. You can head over to the Nebraska History Museum. They're doing a Dia de los Muertos from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Should be a good time.
Yeah, so that'll free admission to that. You'll make some special arts, crafts, and check out how Dia de los Muertos is celebrated across Nebraska. And they'll also have a scavenger hunt.
There you go.
On top of plenty of other fun activities for kids.
Never turn down a good scavenger hunt.
And then at 9 a.m. to 5, you can either go to Saturdays at Prairie Pines or go to, there's actually another word in front of this, but we can't put this on TV. So Beards and Killer Stashes contest at Frontier Harley Davidson.
You're going to have to tell me what it is once we're done.
So if you, the word? Because you just skipped it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It starts with a B and ends in an S. But
I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Does it rhyme with kitchen?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. You could maybe a naughty donkey.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, but so they'll have prizes for those who have the best stashes or beards. Obviously they're going to be judging how gelled up and marvelous they look.
You could see some really good ones. That would be fun to do. Unfortunately, I will never be able to compete in such a wonderful competition, so I'm very jealous. Also, back at Prairie Pines Nature Reserve from 10 to 11, they have their Wander and Wonder guided tour over at Prairie Pines Nature Reserve. So there's actually, you could go 2 birds, 1 stone, go do Saturdays Prairie Pines, and then you can also do the Wander and Wonder guided
do a little
hike.
Exploring yourself, and then actually go on this guided hike where you'll learn about the science of autumn, why the leaves change, how that happens, things like that, and then do a nice little science experiment on top of that.
There you go. So, and then 10:30 to noon, this is going to be over at the Lauren Corey Isley Library. They're having a community free market, again. So always a good time. Never a bad time to go to the library.
And then 11 a.m., Mana Drag Brunch at Mana Games. 1:30 to 6 is a game day play date at the Lincoln Children's Museum.
Which I was just picking at my youngest there. And I think they opened the exhibit that had been closed there for a while downstairs, I want to say.
Well, I don't have any kids or know anything about that. So that is
it's
all
back
up
open.
to you.
That is back open. So that is good. That is good news. Children's Museum is always a great time. It was weird also because I picked him up from his birthday party, and it was like 8 o'clock at night. So it was empty. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever stepped foot in here when this
when
place
it's
is
dark.
It was just, there was no kids because usually you're like trying not to run into kids, but there was just, a handful of kids. So it was weird. It was weird to see that. And then finishing on Saturday, 7 to 9, Chris and Dory music at Deer Springs Winery. So there's a little bit of a gap there, obviously, when the game is happening. Folks didn't necessarily want to
impede too much on
the game.
On the fun.
So,
although sometimes it's nice to have a distraction, like when
you're losing 56-7 or something like that.
Yeah, I luckily was busy that weekend, so I didn't have my eyes on the TV.
Carmelo was flying back home, and he told his parents, "Don't tell me I'm recording it." And then they're like, "I don't think you want to watch it."
But we're hopeful that we're going to do that to UCLA.
That's right. Heading into Sunday, I mentioned this earlier, but we're going to be back over at the Urban Hound Dog Park and Bar. They're having their fall barket, and isn't
that so fun?
have I have 3 dogs in my house, so I am down for all things dog, and so Fall Barket is going to be happening. This is going to be from noon to 8, so it's happening all day over there at Urban Hound Dog Park and Bar. This is 48th and Van Dorn. I've never actually been there. I think this place is fairly new.
I would have to say so. Considering this is their very first Fall Barket, actually, it says down here that Urban Hound is a 21-plus-year-old venue. So maybe they've been around. We just
didn't know that.
They've been hiding a little bit.
But
this is a market for all dog lovers, featuring vendors, specials, and local goods, all while being in the comfort of your furry companion.
There you go. And so here's some of the vendors that they're going to have there on your screen. They're going to have some photography. So again, if you want to get a picture taken with your dog, get some nice pictures taken of your dog, you'll be able to do that. Lincoln Animal Ambassador is going to be there. They're going to have pet food and treats and snacks. Then they're going to have Red Link Barbecue there. Again, it's starting at 4:30. So again, you can get. I mean, if you want to share your barbecue with your dog, I'm sure you're more than welcome to. I don't know if I would want to myself though. So, but should be a good event over there at Urban Hound Dog Park and Bar.
$10 for your first dog, and then every additional dog is $5.
Okay.
So they all have to be 12 months and older, spayed, neutered, and
vaccinated, and
have their vaccinations for bordetella, rabies, and distemper. So
I think I'm all caught up. I'm not. I mean, my dogs are all caught
okay.
But yeah, so that's going to be a fun event. I think I might take Katie and the boys, and we might go check that one out. But other things happening on Sunday. This one, we might also check this one out. The Show Me Reptile, an exotic show over at Sand Hills Global Event Center. Tell me more, Danielle.
Yeah, so this show is actually one of the largest reptile and exotic pet shows in the region. You'll be able to get some quality reptile feeders, supplies, and see a variety of different reptiles while you're there. So
I don't like snakes, so I'll avoid the snakes.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. My mom has a picture of me when I was a baby, just holding up a baby garter snake, and I'm like, geez. I'll have to find her. I know I've talked about that a couple of times, maybe even on air, and so I need to find it and
Yep.
show it off.
And then you always have to hit this because this is the last one. College Zoo Farmers Market from 10 a.m. to 2.
Yeah, very last one of the season. And then at noon, there's a family gathering market at the Knoyer Garden Center. And at 1, yoga and wine over at Capitol View Winery.
There you go. That's I think fairly tame combination, I think.
Yeah, you know.
Probably not going to get in too much trouble. Next one might get you in trouble. That's going to be holiday dessert and wine pairing over at James Arthur Vineyard. So again, wine and cake, I'm assuming, with this. So again, I'm sure a lot of folks are going to have a good time at that event. I'm not sure what this next one is, Danielle. Again, you're going to have to fill me in. The Art Bus LNK relaunch party at Omega Fire Ministries. This is from 2 to 5.
Yes, so I had this up. I have it already. So they're relaunching a new city bus.
Oh.
Yeah, and so you can join them for an afternoon of art and community and painting on this new art bus.
So a bus we're allowed to graffiti on.
Yes.
Nice. That'll be fun. I'm sure
that'll be appropriately.
Appropriately, yes, of course, appropriately. I'll be excited to try and see that bus around town sometime.
Yeah, or what this all kind of entails. Maybe we can, implore, if they're not too busy, one of our reporters
could head on over there.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
At least maybe get some VO of it, because it definitely sounds interesting.
It does.
Because maybe it's not exactly what we think, or maybe it is. I don't really know.
We'll find out.
Because the description was so short.
We'll find out on Sunday from 2 to 5.
There we go.
Then at 3, Arts for the Soul presents the Galvin Cello Quartet at the First Presbyterian Church. I like cellos, and I like things of 4.
Well, there you go. I like even numbers as well.
So that should be a good time over there at First Presbyterian Church. And then rounding out your Sunday, we have a couple events there, Danielle. Yes,
Lincoln Civic Orchestra is presenting New World at the Nebraska Wesleyan University O'Donnell Auditorium. Also happening at 4, the Aeolians from Oakwood University are performing at First Presbyterian Church. So First Presbyterian has
place there,
two events happening. And then over at the Bourbon Theater, Striper's 40th anniversary is happening at 7:30. Doors open at 7.
So plenty of things. Again, this is just a smattering of them. There's even more on the on 1011now.com on the web story that we have up there and attached. The weather, Danielle, is going to be early November like. It's going to feel, 50s,
fallish.
60s. Also, there's chance for rain Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to watch also for the potential of maybe some severe weather getting mixed in there too, especially on Sunday. So again, as you're planning your weekend, I would also tell you to plan to keep the 1011 weather app handy and make sure you check back on the forecast through the weekend, especially if you're going to the football game with that chance of rain. Again, review the policies, what you can and can't bring into the stadium. I don't think you can just bring an umbrella into the stadium.
No, but I think ponchos are allowed, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't just bring the umbrella. People behind you would be pretty
out.
upset if you were just popping an umbrella.
Yeah,
in the stadium.
but chance for rain. It's gonna if farmers aren't done with harvest yet, giving them a little bit of a break to have a free weekend finally. If harvest still happening,
we're gonna make up for the last 10 weeks when we didn't get any rain, and unfortunately, we're gonna get it all on the weekend.
And then I guess another shout out to the Phillips Lincoln lights that we did last week too. I don't think I added that to the article from last week, but I'll make sure to do it for this week because that was a fun tool that we had talked about to find Halloween lights around the capital city. So.
And I'm guessing most people will
already know about it.
Well, we'll still probably have their Halloween decorations up through the weekend.
Yeah, you got to. Right? Because with Halloween falling on a Thursday, it's weird, right? Like, do you celebrate the week before or do you celebrate the weekend of,
I don't know. So
that's all we've got.
All right. I think that wraps up another Star City Buzz, Danielle.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, again, you can find more on 1011now.com on that web story there. Again, keep it tuned to 1011 both on air and online for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice weekend.
You've been listening to 1011 Star City Buzz. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.